What's up, YouTube? Sean Forney here. Gonna do my second video on the daily driver Dadmobile Supra. So as you guys know, if you've watched my other videos, I bought a second Supra to act as kind of like a part-time daily driver. And right now it's my full-time daily driver because my Raptor R still was not delivered, stuck in production status like hundreds of other ones. Although the truck, I believe, has been built, it's just waiting on chips or my bed line or whatever the case is. But I just wanted to do a quick video now that I have been daily driving this car for a couple weeks. I've put probably close to 1,000 miles on it, driving it to meetings and all that good stuff. And you know, soccer practice, as you can see in the background, I got, you know, my U6 and U11 soccer balls crammed in the back there. They fit. So this thing has been a Dadmobile. My kids have been getting dropped off at school in it, and it's just it's been a blast. I mean, there's no other car that I will say that I've owned out of all the cars that I've owned, and it's a pile of them, that turns heads like the Supra. And it's ridiculous, and I probably sound like a broken record because I've repeated myself so many times over that, but the Supra, whenever I drive, whether it's my black one or my white one, more people compliment this car than any other thing that I've ever owned. Even my Porsche, GT4, they compliment this more than anything. And you know, that whether it's the Fast and the Furious movies or whatever the case is, but it's still pretty cool. And again, this car is a 1 of 21 super white hardtop car, original manual transmission twin turbo car. So it is a special car. It has 150,000 miles on it, but it's been fully gone over, fully rebuilt, precision 67, 66, 1000cc injectors, dual Walbro fuel pumps, all kinds of goodies, front mount, intake, full exhaust. But as far as a daily driving experience, this thing has been great. Like right now, I just took it on a 110-mile round trip. I'm on the way back from a meeting with one of my clients, and it's just it's reliable, and it's amazing because if you're on the interstate, I mean, you actually get really good fuel economy in a car that puts down 569 wheel horsepower. Stay out of the boost and it does pretty good. I mean, it's pretty fascinating. But overall, again, it has, it's noisy, it's got some drone, it makes swishy sounds from the Twibo. It's got, it's a 1993. It's a little bumpy, as you can tell from the camera, but you know what? It's freaking awesome. I mean, again, years ago, as a kid, born in 1986, grew up, in high school when the Fast and the Furious debuted. Every person that's into cars wants a Supra at some point, but again, I felt like they became kind of out of reach for most everybody for the most part because they just got so expensive. They, the collectors realized that they do have a significant place in the history of the automotive world, and they started scooping them up. The low mileage ones are gone. They're scooped up, sitting in somebody's collections, and then you're left with a lot of right-hand drive cars. And I will argue with people quite frequently that are like, oh, the JDM ones are worth more. No, sorry, the USDM cars are the most valuable, and you see that with ITRs, you see that with EM1s, you see it with Mark IVs. These are the sought-after cars in the US. People want left-hand drive. Even with Skylines now, there's companies offering left-hand drive conversions because people just want that. It's what most people are used to driving. I've never owned a right-hand drive car. I'm sure I will at some point. But given all those things, I never thought I would actually own a Supra. And then finally, you know, I pulled the trigger and bought the black one, and then I realized that I was going to be without a daily driver for a little while. I do have a 07 Audi Audi S4 Avant, the Dagon I call it, Dad Wagon. But you know, I've been daily driving this because it's a blast while I'm waiting for my truck to get here, which will then take over the permanent daily driver role. But overall, I freaking love it. I mean, what's not to love? I have another friend of mine, Pure Function Ryan. You know, he drives his a lot, and you know, maybe Ryan, you might have inspired me a little bit seeing you go to the store and all that stuff in the Supra. But you know, it's a great car just to drive, and then on top of that, if you want to beat the crap out of it, it handles it with a smile, and you can hear it build boost. You know, the Precision 67, 66 turbos are great. Now again, both of my Supras have the same exact turbo. You know, so maybe I'm a little bit biased on those turbos, but there's a lot of good options out there. But you know, I think to be the perfect daily driver, maybe one that's been kind of unmolested really with the factory twins would be a really, really good daily driver. I mean, this thing is done well. It drives straight. It's in great shape. The only thing is, I'd like to get the windows tinted because it looks like a fishbowl one. Window tint is probably my easiest, quickest modification, if you want to call it a mod, that I typically like to do. It keeps the interior in good shape, especially with these older cars that you don't want the sun whenever it's, you know, it's garage kept, but you don't want the sun whenever it's in the parking lot just beating down on it all the time. But again, you know, from 2 weeks of daily driving the Supra, I would say it's a very, very good daily driver. It's enjoyable, it turns heads, it's fast enough, it's loud. Some people, you know, I'm only 36, which I say only, I feel like I'm getting ancient at this point, but you know, maybe some people don't want the loud and they don't want to shift gears, but I do. I want all of that stuff. I want obnoxious. You know, the TRX was obnoxious, the Raptor R is going to be obnoxious. I like that stuff. I like the high revs. I like the sounds and the smells, you know, open dump, you know, within the exhaust. I love all of that stuff. That's what I was trying to relay to my kids as they were driving it. And they're like, Dad, why does it smell like gas in here? Or, you know, exhaust. I'm like, that's how all of my cars growing up smelled, right? As soon as you start to modify something, you get the smells and the sounds and all that stuff that turns people into a gearhead. So, you know, hopefully if I'm lucky, one or two or maybe all of my kids, you know, I have 4 children, maybe all of them will become gearheads like their father. And one of the things I'm looking forward to the most, my oldest is 14, is car shopping. You know, I love car shopping, so we'll see. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video of my thoughts and opinions on what it's been like to daily drive my 1993 twin turbo converted to a single turbo manual Supra, and so far so good. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You guys are awesome. I'm getting close to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.